What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Lita, and let's get into the drama of it all. So in this video, we will be talking about Tasha K exposing the alleged mistress, and heavily on the alleged mistress of Chris Bassett, aka Candice, Dillard Bassett from Real Housewives of Potomac's husband. So let's get into it. So before we get into it, I just want to say shouts out and a big appreciation for my Twitter mutual at Yaz_reality. They came in so clutch because they transcribed Tasha K's live and pretty much gave a play-by-play of everything. They weren't the only ones. I also saw other pages doing it, and pretty much what they stated in their Twitter thread, the other people said virtually the same thing. I also watched Really B TV's breakdown, and I'll put her name on here too, and you should check her out. She went live and talked about it, and what she said was pretty much what my mutual said in the reference of what information that Tasha K gave to the people. So I just wanted to give everybody a shout out, okay? Because I was not about to give that lady my money to help her pay back Cardi B. I was not doing it. I wasn't doing it. But let's get into this for real. So let's start from the beginning, y'all. So yesterday around like 2:30, 2:30 or 3:30, whatever time in the afternoon, Tasha K decided to post on her Twitter page this statement. And it says, just in on my desk, #RHOPs, Candice Dillard's husband, Chris Bassett, alleged mistress of 6 months, just sent me nude photos of what appears to be Candice Dillard's husband and abortion paperwork for the mistress. According to the mistress, the abortion was had weeks ago. We are rolling out the recording with me and the mistress tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TashaKLive.com. The alleged mistress is heartbroken and was under the influence when we spoke for hours today via FaceTime and Instagram. So when I saw this tweet, y'all, I got irritated. And all I could hear in my head is here we go. Because what is this? So I think I'm going to do this a little differently, where I made a Twitter thread this morning with all these thoughts swirling in my head. So I'm going to read a few questions from my Twitter thread that I posted this morning. So here we go. So I started off my thread giving props again, but also stating that no matter who this information could have been about on the cast, even if it was Ashley and that man, I would be critical of that information because of who it is coming from, i.e. Tasha K. And it's Tasha's fault that she made herself an unreliable source, in my opinion. And the only time I ever felt like Tasha K moved with like integrity is when she covered the whole like surviving R. Kelly situation. Like I felt like and I think that's because she cared about that project a lot. So I felt like she moved with massive integrity in the sense of when it came to the receipts that was shown on her platform, those things were triple, doubled, and quadruple checked. In my opinion. So, like I said, I would be critical of any information, no matter who it was on the cast. So, I then said the whole vanish mode thing. So, when Tasha and this lady were talking, the girl's name is Ayana, and Tasha threw that lady all the way under the bus because she also put her @name on her Twitter. And this is what she posted with the audio and video that I'm going to play for y'all. And it says, according to @AyanaWilliams22, she is the alleged mistress to #RHOP, Candice Dillard Bassett's husband. FYI, she claims she was high only on weed in this video. So they start the conversation. Tasha asks the girl her name. She lets us know what her name is. She then asks her, well, how did you and Chris get into this relationship? The lady alleges that Chris slid into her DM. She was cooking on live, and she said, he said, oh, that chicken looks good just like you, or that chicken looks just as good as you. And I was like, girl, that's how he got you? That was the statement that said, ooh, I see it for you. Okay. So she said she sent back like a winking emoji. And she was like, yeah, I shouldn't have did it because, he's a married man, blase, blase. So they go on. Then Tasha asks her, like, well, when's the last time you guys talked? She said, we're still talking, but now, we talk through vanish mode. And, he told me he loved me. And Tasha was like, he said that? And she was like, yeah. So Tasha was just kind of like, well, when did he tell you he loved you? Out of her mouth, she brings up the termination of the pregnancy. She was like, well, I got a termination of the pregnancy. And I was just like, that lady asked you, when did that man tell you he loved you? And you immediately went to that. Like, you never answered the question. And I think Tasha asked her again about when he said he loved her, but in a different way. And the lady kept like skating past it. So on my thread, my first like official question was, I was always under the impression that once you open a message that's on vanish mode, they disappear. What I find interesting is Tasha K said all of this is verified, but how can you verify messages that this person can't play for you, but just send pictures? Because all the girl did was send screenshots of like her IG DMs. And then I went on to say, I'm not saying these messages are not real, but my point is, how is Tasha K able to legitimize the receipts if you can't really verify them? And what I mean by verify them, this lady sent 3 screenshots of a voice note conversation in the DMs on vanish mode, and Tasha K didn't play not one of them. And then when you look at it, if I wanted to be very critical, when you look at the conversation that they're having, none of the voice notes are longer than 15 seconds. She got one voice note for 1 second, one for 5, one for 10, one for 13, one for 3. And I'm like, I've had conversations like through voice notes. Normally the longest thing you say is like at least like 30 seconds, like because you're rambling or you're trying to get your thoughts out. But I was just like, something about this ain't right. So a lot of people were just kind of like, it feels like maybe she was on a burner account and, made this herself. People were also very critical about the Chris Bassett photo, because the photo is the same as what Chris has on his page, but on the photo it has a green dot that says active mode or active now. And some people were like, they've never seen that, but I did see a lot of people say like, no, that does pop up. It does pop up from time to time if you are if you're like on the computer, or if you have that, like you have that in your settings to do it. I don't know if that's true, but I saw a few people saying that. So my next question, it was like a 2-part, and I'm going to say termination of pregnancy instead of the A word, even though that's what I used in my Twitter thread. But I said this, I said 2 things about this termination of pregnancy paperwork. A discharge sheet does not prove to me she had a termination of pregnancy to me. I'd rather you prove it through medical documents, give me paperwork with blacked out signatures and addresses if we truly exposing people. I then went on to say, why did they not think posting this paperwork with these numbers that people would not go and try to verify the numbers? The lady supposedly stated that she lives in New Jersey. Why not terminate your pregnancy in New Jersey? Why go to Oklahoma, where termination of pregnancy has been banned since May of 2022? And if you go on www.the you can type in any state and it will give you the stats about their laws on terminating your pregnancy. And I typed in New Jersey, you can still get it. No matter, there's no bans, there's no limits. Then when you go to Oklahoma, they've been banned since May 2025. Maybe I said 2025. May the 25th, 2022 is when the law that they passed to ban all of all termination of pregnancies in Oklahoma went into effect. So that didn't make sense. And the reason why people are bringing up Oklahoma, or why I'm bringing up Oklahoma, is the number that is on the paperwork that they are saying is a receipt that the lady gave Tasha K as a receipt has an Oklahoma, a Tulsa, Oklahoma clinic. And it's the exact number of a women's clinic that has been banned since they, not banned, but since been closed, since they banned being able to do terminations of pregnancy. So I was like, that doesn't make sense. But you had 1-6, and the lady couldn't get her numbers together because Tasha was like, when's the last time you had when you did it? Like, when did you have the termination of pregnancy? She said something like, Tasha K off rip was like 2 weeks ago, but the girl was like, no, 12 weeks ago. And I was like, okay, but why would you show this paperwork? Because it's been banned since 2022. That's been a year. Has it been a year? Yeah, it's been a year. So how are you able to go get this and you and Chris have been talking for 6 months? That doesn't make sense. So now I'm going to feed in Tasha K's video that she posted on her page.
Okay.
Yes,
Ayana, you said, is it Ayana?
Natasha Yana. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. I know he's married. I sent him like a wiki face, which I shed it because I knew that was a married man. So that might be on my part. And then I keep like cooking food and everything, and he kept messaging me and everything.
So when did he message you? How long ago?
Oh, we still messaging. Like,
how?
Let me go to extreme and say, like, all right, let me talk to Tasha K.
So wait a minute. So he told you he loved you?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, how far into y'all talking?
I had an abortion by him.
You got the paperwork? You got the abortion paperwork?
Yes.
Screenshot it. Screenshot it real quick. Put it in the chat. Let me see it.
Well, no, ma'am, I can't. Look, I'm not trying to like.
I'm not gonna put that out. That's sensitive information, and you're not going to jail. I'm not gonna do you like that. I just want to see it in case they be trying to say, "Oh, it's a lie." No, it will only. I'll be like, you better stand down, motherfucker. You better stand down. I will never post your private information like that. Is too private.
Like this. Ooh, I'm pregnant by Candice's husband. That's a whole nother story. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. How long ago did you have the abortion?
12 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
12.
I was going to say, girl, you are still postpartum.
12. And yet, if I had that baby, it would have been a whole situation. Like, how could I? And he told me, if you had this baby, she can't be on the show. It'd be a whole situation. You got to get rid of it. And I listened to him, and I think I said I didn't have time. That's all I'm saying. Like, I didn't have time. And that's why I talked to you, only because, like, let it be known. He doesn't love her. This is a fucking facade. Let's be fucking for real. Real Housewives, all y'all do is lie about your storyline. Everybody has different people. Let's get that known. And you told me you had an abortion, but yet you're still with her? All right. So maybe I'm being petty talking to you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, just pour your heart out. You're good. I could tell you're ready to cry.
Yeah, I am. Because, like, Miss Tasha, like, he really is a good dude. And, like, I'll never take that away from him. But he's with a fucking horrible woman. And he's trying to please her because she wants to have a storyline. and she wants to be on this show. But am I not good enough? Like, be with me.
No.
So you just saw or you heard the video that Tasha K posted of the girl Ayana talking about her and Chris. Honestly, y'all, I don't believe her. And with Tasha posting this video, it made it more unbelievable, especially looking at her. Like, something is wrong. Like, something is genuinely wrong. It also felt like every time she was pausing, like she was trying to like think of what else to say. And then to go on and be like, he don't love her. And I'm like, okay, that's common what girls say, or the mistress or the side chick always says. So I was like, okay. Then what didn't make sense was the whole storyline talk. Cause I'm like, that's giving fan behavior. That's giving such fan behavior. And it's just like, it's wild. This whole situation is wild. But then this one page called Bravolita, which is a known page that isn't really too fond of Candice and Chris. This page came out where she's alleging, the person that runs the page is alleging that they were going to drop this tea about Chris and this girl and a few other people last year. But then when you look at the dates that she has posted on her screenshots to prove that she was going to drop the tea, it says February 2023. So when people say last year, to me, last year means 2022, means the year that was last year. So a lot of people were like, this doesn't make sense. But she posted a video gloating about what she was doing, and I'm going to play that for you.
I posted about Chris Bassett and some extramarital activities. A lot of you were very mad at me. I had also posted about some legal issues. Chris personally asked me to take down the part about the women on Twitter, now called X, but that I could keep the legal stuff, and that in exchange for taking down that information, he would clarify some of the legal matters. I haven't shared that conversation between him and I yet. However, the women that I had found, specifically that one, seems to be the mistress, and she finally came out with information. So I was right. And the reason I didn't continue on that last year is because Scandal broke and it would have had no traction. And y'all were all mad at me.
So you just saw the lady who runs Bravolita. So then Tasha took to her Twitter because she thought this vindicated her or added more validity to her expose, and she said this: and the plot thickens. Apparently, according to the pop culture blogger at Bravolita or Bravoletta, this woman and hashtag RHOP, hashtag Candice, not Candice, Chris Bassett appear to have some kind of history. The woman claims she terminated her pregnancy, Chris baby, 12 weeks, all the while, hashtag Candice Dillard is going through IVF. Swipe for the receipts. But when you look at the receipts, it's just a DM conversation of what the lady said in the video about how she posted this information. Like, she posted it before, but she was like, she was going to redo it during Scandal. But my thing about it is Scandal happened in the summer. Like, why not just post it anyway? You're saying you had this information last year. It would have been smarter to post it last year when the season was going on, because last year to me means 2022. We're in 2023. And so when I was looking at the DMs, like I said, the lady was just saying the same thing that she sent to Tasha. It wasn't moving me. It wasn't like it was a conversation between her and Chris. It was just her reiterating that I guess she felt like Chris lied to her after she took the post down and all of this stuff. But if I'm really being honest, y'all, at this point, it just feels like a setup. It feels like a setup to bring us the bull. Shout out to Aunt Bertha. But it just feels like that. It doesn't feel like, because this is my thing. If you say you got receipts, I need receipts. Y'all, I am nosy. I own the fact that I'm nosy. If you got the tea, I want all of it. Give me the dates. Give me the photos. We have seen people get exposed. We saw Jackie's husband, that big man, at the airport, People took pictures of that. We saw Michael in his boxers at the casino. Recently, we had Juan where the girl uploaded a bank statement, not a bank statement, but like a receipt from the hotel that he paid for. Like, those to me are receipts. These don't feel real. Then there was like a screenshot of like their text message. And I'm like, well, why not release those? And it looked like it was like months of messages, but it was blurred out. I'm so confused by them doing this. And all I can think about is, one, like I said, the Bravolita chick, she don't really like Candice and Chris like that. So she gets some type of like clout and gain from this because, one, it drives more people to her page. Then two, Tasha gained something from this because, she's driving people to her actual website, not YouTube. So she's not getting her revenue taxed the same way that she would get it taxed if she was promoting this on YouTube. And then the Ayana girl gets fame, but she's stupid because you don't get anything that is even comparable to these other women. You get none of that. None of that. You tarnished your reputation for what? For what? Like, let's really like sit down and think about it. If this is true, which I don't think it is, but if it was true, Chris is trash. Definitely trash because he cheated on his wife, if this is true. But this girl right here is also stupid and trash AF as well because you have viable proof that this man is married. And like I said, the video didn't do it any favors because now I'm like, how old are you? Like genuinely, how old are you? Because it's given like you're like, if that number, like her name, her handle is like Ayana Williams 22. If you legit are 22 and doing this type of stuff, you need to seek help. Like, it's never that deep. It's feeling like a fan that's invested into this too much. And she needs help. She looked dead in the eyes, if I'm being honest. And it also shows that this lady lacks common sense because why would you willingly allow yourself to be promoted on a platform as big as Tasha K's platform and you are inebriated? Because you can't tell me, like the fact that Tasha had to keep saying she was under the influence. And it's like, and you made yourself look stupid. That lady asked you to call Chris. You said, oh, I don't want to ambush him. So you texted him. Then while y'all was waiting for a reply back, Tasha asked you, so what's your nationality? Girl, you said Baptist. Like, what the? Like, WTF. So then it made me think, like, did Tasha K say that she was inebriated so people would give her grace in this moment? Because there was oftentimes while they were talking where I was like, something is wrong with her. Like, the elevator don't go all the way to the top. Like, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Because all the constant pausing, she kept sounding like she was trying to make sense of her story, like she was trying to add to it, but also remember what she said. Because I have seen women expose men. When I tell you they expose them in a way where it's like, yeah, I'm putting it all out on the table. The fact that she was so hesitant to say everything is wild to me. It is. And like I said, no matter who this was about, I was going to be critical of it. I was critical when the information came out about Robin and Juan because I didn't want it to be true. But once she confirmed it, I was like, I guess it was true. Until Candice says this is true, I'm not believing it because there's too many holes. And I like mess. I told y'all I am a nosy. Give me everything. But the fact that Tasha was like, she's sitting on an X tape and was like, I'm going to release it if Candice or Chris say I'm lying. Why not release it now? That would make this story way more believable. You just showcasing random penis pics does nothing for me. Okay? I looked at them pics and like, okay. Like, my thing is, exposing someone to me is, if they were really going to expose Chris, I would want to see him naked in the picture, them laying in the bed together. If y'all are going to release the X tape, him in the bed, like, I need faces, because if you don't have that, then you have plausible deniability. So then it makes me just think that you got them things off of Google. Like, it's just not making sense. And it also is like, why would you do this before? No. Not why. I know why. Like I just said, Tasha's garnering more eyes to her page, and you're doing this before Potomac comes back. We have like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before Potomac comes back. So it makes sense to do something like this. But I still think that girl is stupid as hell. She's stupid. Because there's no way, like, why? I don't understand the type of side chicks in a fair, like, mistresses this new generation is. Because there's no way, like, I would want to be tied to something like this. Like when they type my name in Google or do a background check or something, this and me being somebody's mistress will pop up. I would be ashamed and embarrassed. I'ma just call it that. I don't understand. I don't understand. And so then people were like, well, what did Candice say? And Candice, to me, moved correctly. She's promoting her new song called, well, it's not a new song, but the new visuals for Fine Wine. I haven't listened to Candice's album in its entirety of Deep Space, but a lot of people were excited when they saw that because that's one of their favorite songs off the album. So I think Candice and Chris are not going to even give this any light because why would they? The receipts are stupid. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic. Hop down in them comments below. Legit, give me your thoughts. Even if you disagree, even if you believe this lady, just let me know how you feeling. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.